What's going on, guys? It's Knight back again with VD4GM. We got to my oh wait, that way? No, that's the other way. That way. Yeah, we're going from that way to that way. We got Daddy Bro here. Daddy Bro's at least the top of his head. We have the top of his head. And then that's everybody's favorite. And then everybody's least favorite on the very end down there, the least favorite Coast Guard.
Such a hater.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, it happened. It happened.
I forgot I got to take away that soundboard from him yet.
I didn't even put it on there yet. I didn't even do anything.
I'm sure it's coming.
Oh, son of a. Anyways, so yeah, we're back to talk. This weekend, we're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about food. I'm ready to talk about food. I'm a turkey guy. Turkey and cranberry sauce. I'll take some turkey and cranberry sauce any day. And not just like any cranberry sauce. I want like the cranberry sauce where you like pop open the can. To me, I think that's the best tasting shit. I don't know. I'm probably.
I hate to say it, but I'm with you.
Yeah. I'm probably a minority, but it's delicious. So, yeah. Anyways, and then I think Psych Ward down there on the end, he's got something he wants to talk about. Not quite sure. Oh wait, it's about food too. Yes, we're all talking about food today. Fat boy status. This is what happens. This is what veterans do. We talk about food and we think about it on a regular basis. Like when's chow? When's our next?
How many times were you out in the field thinking about having a Big Mac or something?
I remember
not so much a Big Mac, but chili Mac. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember thinking about because we had a KFC at the Desert Dome in Bahrain.
Oh yeah.
And I remember thinking like what I was gonna order
when were you at the Desert Dome?
Off and on between 2003 through 2008.
Really?
Yeah. So
we might have been there at the same. I was stationed there.
Dollar beers.
Yeah. Dollar, I'll make you holler. I never partook in that, to be honest.
They had that A&W and KFC or whatever.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was good stuff.
A&W, KFC, and then
everybody knew that it wasn't real chicken, but that's all right.
Didn't matter.
And they had a Burger King though.
Yeah, the Burger King was pretty decent.
Yeah. Burger King. Oh shit.
There was a restaurant out in town. I cannot for the life of me. It was run by, I want to say the guy was from Australia or America. I can't remember the dude's name. Damn, Val would know. But oh my God, we used to go there and they had the best buffets. But that was all the homies that lived there,
Yeah. We used to laugh because you'd see all the tourists doing that. Do you guys remember they had the camels that were kind of set up like the horse trainers or whatever, where it goes in a circle and people would pay to ride the camels and stuff?
Yeah. Well, they used to have camel races out in the desert.
Yeah.
And you used to get like debriefs, right, about going to a new location. Yeah. And 2 times that we went there, they were debriefing us that the women had just gotten their licenses and to like walk against traffic, so that way if they hop the curb, they don't run you over.
Yeah.
I was there when they first got their licenses, and there was a protest, and a bunch of fundamentalist females, the women, that they were protesting against the licenses, so they were lighting tires on fire. And I was like, "Really, dude?"
Nice.
That's that's a good cause, right? Just light up some tires,
Oh, it's so insane.
Don't worry about the environment.
The environment is desert. There's not much to worry about.
That's fair.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Anyway,
so I picked up a few cooking supplements, but I guess we can talk about like just basics first. So
I don't know what's going on with my fucking hair today, man. My hair just doesn't want to work with me.
Oh, you're primping. That's cute.
Okay. I'm trying to do this whole Viking thing, and it's just my hair.
You got to be a Viking, man, to be a Viking. You can't be not a real Viking.
Yeah,
I'm a Viking.
I'm a part Viking. All right, damn it. That's where part of this is coming in at. I'm a Apache though. I'm a Viking.
A patchy beard.
Yeah, Apache here and Apache there. That's the problem. I am native though, right? So like, I can't grow facial hair to say like I shave once a week.
Once a week,
wow.
I shave 3 times a day and look at it.
Yeah, I shave once a week.
I used to have to shave against the grain like 2 hours before a muster, or else it would get like a shadow.
Stubble.
Yeah,
like
I'm part wolf, man. It's horrible.
Yeah, I would shave. Okay, so here's a funny story. Actually, going back to like basic training time, which don't even get me started on this because I just watched a video today and I was like, oh my god. As a prior drill sergeant, no, I won't even get into it. I won't even do it. I want to so badly. So, anyways, so we had you know the day that you go into the gas chamber, drill sergeants line you all up. Well, we had a group of guys apparently that had spoken to somebody about, oh yeah, don't shave the day that you go to the gas chamber. Otherwise, if you do shave the day that you go to the gas chamber, it's gonna like give you a rash, and yeah, it's gonna irritate you even more. So we had a group of guys that didn't shave. I just happened to be like one of the guys that didn't shave every day, anyways. So, because if I shave every day, my face breaks out really bad. So I didn't shave that day. Drill sergeant went right up to me, got like all up in my stuff, was like, "Oh, what did you shave today? Did you shave today, Private Cook?" And I was like, "Yes, drill sergeant." Okay. Kept right down the line until he got to like this group of guys, and he pulled out a Bic razor. Shave it. You gotta shave it dry now.
Good time.
But yeah, I didn't have. I shaved once a week throughout basic training.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I never got called out.
Well, I never could. Yeah, it was pretty horrible.
Yeah, I mean, like, granted, the older I've gotten, like now it grows a little bit faster, but it's still once a week.
We had a couple of admirals that we would like report to every now and then. You had to be like, your uniform had to like, we ran around like all the other guys in ball cap and like beard and all that stuff, but every now and then you get called up in front of one of those admirals that was like hardcore or whatever, and so you'd have to like get your uniform ready, and because you know that it was like your admiral was going to hear about it, and if it was a higher admiral than him, then it was going to roll downhill after that, you know. So anyways, so we would carry a bar of soap with us so that way we could dry shave out in the field if we had to go in front of them. Yeah, so
the jokes I could tell.
Because you would just like that was the only thing you could do that
as
would
a seaman.
Yeah, no. Luckily, I never had that title.
Really?
I went.
Just so you know, I was never a seaman. I started out as a petty officer. Piss off.
And I was a fireman when I first started, so I was an engineer.
No. I was giving the Navy guy some shit.
I know what he was doing.
I was actually not even going at you, Psych Ward. I was actually going towards Daddy.
He was trying.
He's trying.
I was a petty officer from the start, dude. You can go away with that
now.
Semen and bars of soap. That's funny.
Hater. At least we use soap. Animal.
Hey. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, you know?
I get it.
Yep. Charcoal it up and
smell
your body off. Yeah.
Charcoal it up. Oh my God. That's so gross.
So, you know, it is what it is. Come on out of there smelling all kinds of like, what is that charcoal that we had over there? I don't even remember what it was. I think it was actually just wood that they turned into charcoal.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So any hoots. Um,
You were saying
yeah.
about food?
Let's get back
I was
into.
looking up because I know there's I don't remember where it's at in the DMG. I didn't look that up earlier because like I said I was using the supplements, but I did pull up the chef feet. That's one of them you can use in the game. It's actually beneficial because after it says you can replenish a meal, so you can actually create a meal based off of the ingredients that you have and the cook's utensils that you have. And then after the end of a short rest, any creatures who eat the food can spend one or more hit dice, regain hit points extra to 1d8. So you can add a d8 to your hit points on top of that. There used to be one too, and I don't know. I was trying to find it, but I do know that there's a couple of recipes too that will give you like temporary hit points after you've done like a long rest or a short rest, as long as you've eaten the food that was cooked. And then there's also some stuff that covers in the supplemental books that I was talking about that also goes through some of that, and it breaks down what animals you can cook and things like that, and obviously it kind of bumps it back to the DM on what they state is edible and what's not edible. In one of the books that I was reading, it had stated that you have different DCs that you roll. If you roll something underneath a 7, you don't know it. You pass out the food as if it was good, but you actually poison your group.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So
that would be food poisoning is half the fun of the game,
right?
That's why I do it. I would do it just for the food poisoning.
But
then you got to get the role play in there where you're actually, I'm dying. That'd be hilarious,
right? You have to prestidigitation your tent because you puked all over it.
Yeah, right.
So dumb. Oh my god.
Oh, that's the best.
But they, I think it's another thing that like you don't hear a lot of being used is like the cooking aspect. It's out there. I've had a couple of people use it in some of the campaigns. It was more of the campaigns where like you actually got dinged if you didn't, eat one of your mess kits or you didn't eat some type of food or at least like look for food and cook it and all that stuff. Because after a while, if you don't eat, you get what is it? After a day of not eating, you get
scurvy,
exhaustion. Is that what it is? You get one level of exhaustion.
Scurvy.
Yeah, same thing. Scurvy, exhaustion.
That'd be hilarious.
But
Pirates, are you okay?
Hey! I didn't do any soundboards yet.
You were thinking about it.
I was thinking about it. I was like, no, I won't.
But yeah, so I found a couple of them out there. There's one that's called like the. Have you guys ever seen the old school cookbook and it's called Joy? It was like out in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
it was
I
like
have
a
it.
white book. Yeah. So they made one called Joy of Monster Cooking.
Right.
And it looks almost identical to like the other cookbook, but it's a D&D cookbook and it goes through like the different monsters that you can eat and how to prepare them and all that stuff. So it's pretty interesting.
That's hilarious.
It's laid out very similar. And then it goes through kind of like the culinary arts and some of the new tools that can be used and how to use them, how much they cost. And then the chef background and stuff is in here and it kind of goes into more detail. But it does go through things like different soups. There's one here that's called Boulia Blight, and it's a pound of assorted blight parts. And yeah, so like it talks about like these fennel bulbs and like other stuff that you have to have in here in order to make it work. So it's an interesting book. It goes through quite a bit. Basilisk. There's a basilisk béarnaise sauce. So
nope,
yeah,
I'll pass.
Yeah, nope. Let's do it.
Beholder Bachannel.
Let's
How do you pronounce this, Knight? You have a culinary background. What is it? It's Bechamel. It's a sauce. Bechamel.
B-E.
Oh, Beshmal?
Beshmal. That's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, Beholder Beshmal. So.
Nice.
And then you have like appetizers. You have Mycon duxelles and Albert tapenade. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like the whole book has a lot of interesting stuff in here. But there's a ganache, a Nothic ganache.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Nope.
But the funny part is, anyways, after you create these, they tell you some of the things that come from it. So you can get a few extra bonuses from eating some
like
of these
buffs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So-
I that makes sense. I mean, I don't know.
They have another one that's
Some of it does make sense though, and it depends on what you're eating though, I guess, in D&D, because some of it wouldn't make sense at all if you're eating like if you're eating like Fallen and stuff like that. Yeah, there'd be like a tangy taste to that, you know.
You
Well,
think?
I assume
Just
you
a little
know
bit.
if you're
Inferno
out,
might
if
taste
you're
a
out
little
and
ashy.
if you're out and about and like you kill something or whatever, and that's all you have around, like
Yeah. I mean, why not?
yeah. So but yeah, so there is another Joy book. I haven't purchased that one yet, but it's called Desserts from the Nine Hells.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's all like devilish desserts. So things that come out of the Nine Hells or whatever that are desserts. So it's also a Joy book, but
Sounds like a joy.
yeah. But yeah, no, there's quite a few. There's that. There is a dragon stew, which actually gives you like we talked about bastions before, and this one actually gives you like familiars and stuff that can cook for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kinda
That's
cool.
just what you need, a familiar that cooks for you.
Yeah.
God only knows what they're putting in your stew.
Well,
Right. Well, and they're pretty crazy too because
it's
they're
a
like
secret sauce.
Billy's in the secret sauce. I don't know about that.
some
Tiny
of these.
Tim.
There's like a bark lean and a flour lean and what else is in here? A vegeline. And so yeah, like the vegeline looks almost like it has a cauliflower head. Like yeah, so interesting. But yeah, you can go through and they actually have like subclasses and races and stuff for these. Like if you wanted to play it, they actually have like an adventure and stuff that's built into that specific one. It was actually a Kickstarter that did well. So
Cool.
Nice. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
And
Go Army.
tomorrow morning,
Right.
Knight is going to receive a book from Amazon that's a D&D cookbook, a real D&D cookbook. So
I need to get one of those scrolling lights like right behind me that just says "Go Army" at all times.
Why?
Just because. That's why. Just have the army thing going at all times.
the Army of One thing killed me.
Hey.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I told him, I was like, I know exactly the time period you joined.
Uh-huh.
By
Yeah. By my email.
By using your email, Army of
We don't
One
even play
email.
you idiots till December.
Yeah. Yep.
Go away. Nobody wants to hear that Go Army crap.
No, you know exactly when I joined if you actually look at my email address. That's funny. Yeah, it's really easy to figure me out.
Well, you are Army.
It's true. Well, and I joined when I was 17. And
Yeah.
so and I didn't really get big into building email addresses and all that crap. In fact, MySpace, I don't even know MySpace was a thing, but I don't think it was real prevalent. Facebook was actually more prevalent than or no, not not Facebook. AOL was more prevalent than MySpace was.
AOL.
Yeah, remember that?
Date yourself much?
Yeah, right.
Did the MySpace alone? Stating anything MySpace alone tells you like age-wise, right?
Hey, MySpace Tom was a great guy. Okay, at least he wasn't. At least he wasn't trying to like sell your information for money.
Sure about that?
Yeah, right. We just didn't hear about it.
Yeah, that's true.
He was a CIA plant.
Everybody was more worried about Napster at the time than MySpace. So.
Or LimeWire.
LimeWire, Napster.
Oh, that's another one. I hate that place. I hate that thing.
Oh, man. How else did you get burnt CDs whenever you were 16 years old?
My burner
These are
myself.
all things that anybody under the age of 35 has to Google to understand what.
Yeah, and they still won't understand it. They'll be like, "You did what?"
And you might download that one song that actually still has like the watermark in the song, and you're just like, I don't give a shit. Put it on the CD.
Yeah. You did peer-to-peer what?
Yeah, right.
I mean, they still have a lot of that on the dark web, I think.
Yeah,
probably.
If you were really cool, you had a burner that you could actually burn like the image on the disc itself.
On the disc.
Yeah.
I was one of those guys.
Yeah, I was too.
Somebody had said
see-through computer case.
I remember seeing a meme not too long ago on Facebook talking about like we're big about giving people hell about being like on their phones when they're driving, but we were like going through our CDs while driving, right?
Yeah.
Like the book of CDs.
True.
We did it all.
But yeah, so anyways, the whole cooking thing, I think a lot of people skip it or don't think about it. I think DMs tend to skip it a lot too, but it makes sense. Like when you're traveling, like what do you do? And like who's providing nourishment? You know, like
yeah. A lot of people skip over it though because of rations, don't they?
Yeah, but like the thing is though is like if you can get a benefit from someplace, if you can get a bonus or a boost of some sort, then why?
Yeah, you should definitely. Yeah, it makes sense to do it.
Yeah.
I think the problem is it can be time consuming.
Right.
And if you if you're not familiar and you don't understand it, you don't want to take the chance of screwing it up.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, and I think it also plays into role play well, like certain classes, you know, that play into it better than others. There's a guy that had the background of it's not, what is it? It's not sailor. It's the one that's that you come off of a ship.
Bosun.
Anyways, what's that?
Ask the Navy guy.
A bosun.
Well, no, I'm talking about the actual like background you get in D&D. Is it sailor?
Oh,
I can't remember. There's a background you get for being like on a ship. Anyhow,
I don't remember.
there was somebody that played in one of my campaigns that had that background, and it made sense because he like learned how to cook on the ship.
Nice.
And so he's able to cook for the group and stuff. But anyways, I just thought I'd bring it up, being it's Thanksgiving week coming up, and we're all going to be eating food. And
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up really quick. So what is it?
Honey baked ham and turkey. Good golly, I'm going to be a happy dude.
I got to pick up the brisket from the butcher. Should be about a 16-hour smoke.
Oh,
so
I'm getting a boner.
Oh yeah, your underwear is getting a little tighter, huh?
It's hey. It's not November, but that's okay. I'll make it work. Throw some butter in there. I'm good.
And you said you wanted to make the desserts. I don't know about this now.
All right.
Right.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely bringing the Watergate salad, and I think my kid's actually going to make some cookies because she's all up in her cookie phase, and she made some really good snickerdoodles the other day. I ate the whole 3 batches of it. I ate all that shit. Like, that's good stuff, man. I ain't had that in a long time. So we'll probably make some desserts, but yeah, we're gonna bring I'm making stovetop stuffing because God knows you got to have that.
Mm-hmm.
And then some mashed potatoes, maybe, I don't know. We usually do mashed potatoes, and then we'll also do sweet potatoes.
I do. I was gonna say I'm doing the canned yams.
Now, if you're doing candy yams, you better save me a bowl of that because
I'll make sure to do a big one.
I'm on that one.
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that because that's my thing. Oh, man.
But we'll have to figure it all out, see where it all hangs out, And again, if you're if you're a vet and this is that time period when stuff can get a little dicey.
Mm-hmm.
Just reach out, talk to somebody. Go to one of your local groups and see what people. I guarantee you, people got things going on.
Oh yeah,
and they're always happy to have another person come.
We got plenty of food. We're gonna cook it up. So
yeah, we're gonna have enough. We're gonna have enough to feed the entire country of North Korea. I have a feeling. And
military.
Them sons of bitches are hungry.
But their military is apparently they got sent into Ukraine without any food.
Well, that's a big surprise.
They're probably used to it.
I was gonna say that's like a normal day. I got shoe leather. I'm good.
That the refugee, I can't remember her name. The refugee, she's really popular now.
I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, she was on the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah,
and she was talking about what they eat and all that stuff, and how people get sick because they eat the rats and all that stuff, and
yeah. Oh crazy. Yeah,
but yeah,
and they're delicious apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what you got, that's what you got, and back to like what we were saying, like if it's beholder soup, that's what you got. That's what you got, right?
Just thinking about that makes my look. I just
hate. Hey, you know what though? It says I'm reading one right now in one of the supplements. It says beholder soup, but it gives you it's got a difficulty of 17, so it's hard to make. But
of course,
if you eat it, it gives you advantage on all strength, dexterity, and constitution saving throws.
You're also a goblin.
Yep.
You're a goblin. That's what you are.
I was gonna say, shouldn't it also give you true sight though as well? Like
the side effect: the eyes of some creatures that eat this soup turn unusual colors until its effects wear off.
Unusual colors.
Yeah, it's from Beholder eye stalks.
Yeah.
So
just the thought of harvesting those is gross. I can just imagine the smell of oh my god.
The smell or the sound?
Both. I'm not a big sound doesn't bother me, but smell. Ugh.
How about ooze dessert?
Delish.
Yeah, acidic gelatin is one of the ingredients.
Yeah.
An exotic fruit. And for 8 hours, you're resistant to acid damage.
Well, that's useful.
Yeah, some of this stuff is very oh, here you go. This is one that everybody loves. Flump soup.
I think I've had that a couple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've been in the military, you probably had this.
You can communicate with anybody else that's eating the soup telepathically for a distance up to 120 feet for 24 hours.
You're gonna want to be 120 feet away. God bless.
Here we go.
Isn't that technically like the steak fajita MRE though?
I don't know.
Flump soup? No, that would be more along the lines of the vegetarian omelet.
Oh.
A little rawhide goes a long way.
Lord. You know that I'm talking about the greenish, the off greenish one, the one that looks like baby shit.
Yeah.
Have I told you guys my story about the cheeseburger?
No, I'm afraid.
No.
So, and this is the old meal, not the tan bags, but the dark brown buns.
Oh yeah.
So, Air Force thought it was funny to drop us an entire crate of cheeseburger MREs. And so,
made in the Vietnam era.
if anybody knows anything about cheeseburger MREs, it's that like freeze dried bread that like if it touches your mouth, it'll literally like absorb the 70% of water that's in your body.
Yeah.
So anyways, we all decided to like trade. We were in an area where we felt comfortable trading for food. And so we traded some stuff for food, and we had these MREs. And there was this dog that used to come around like at least every afternoon, like you'd see him. And so I threw a piece of the cheeseburger out to him, and this dog was like starving, right? He'd eat anything you gave him. I threw a piece to him, and he picked it up and he put it in his mouth, and he looked at me and he spit it back out, and he never came to me again after that. That's how much he hated it.
He's trying to poison me. That's what that was.
So yeah, that was a really bad one. The cheeseburger. Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever had it, but it was bad. And the bad part was just
on a different page because it froze up on him. I can hear him still, but it froze up on him.
Yeah, what's going on there?
It freezes up if you switch pages. It'll freeze up for whatever reason.
There, back.
There it is.
Yep.
So, anyways, it's fun. There's one in here called a mimic tongue kebab.
No, I'll pass. Tempting, but no.
Well, makes you resistant to acid damage and has advantage on ability checks made to grapple other creatures for 8 hours. So
doesn't sound bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
until you got to eat it.
Yeah.
They used to say the same thing.
Just eat it in the Underdark. You won't know what it is.
I heard, right. I heard all about that in the galleys. Oh, it's okay. Just add some blob. Nope.
Add some ranch dressing to it.
Yeah, put something on it.
Put a little mustard on it. Can't taste
Have you ever seen underneath the grates of those reefers?
No.
Yeah, I've had to clean them out a couple of times on the ships. Yeah, when I was at non-rate. Yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah, I never had that problem, thankfully.
I'm glad I didn't have to do anything like that.
The whole idea of being a quad zero scared me to death. There's no freaking way. I mean, that's the one thing I was blessed with. I went as an electronics technician, and I stayed that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a couple of times I was a guest on Navy ships, but I never had to do anything like that.
Well, no, they don't make you guys do it because they know you can't. You guys can barely stand the sea. You're like, oh, we're gonna get sick.
Yeah,
poor babies.
This was in between waiting for my AST school, so I had to go.
Oh yeah.
So, but anyways, yeah, I had to scrub underneath. Like you had to pull all the grates up, and it was like 10 years worth of like sludge. Yeah.
One second, I'll be right back.
Okay. I can just imagine some of these. Yeah, no, thanks. I'll pass.
Let's see. Shambler soup. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Like I said, just for supplemental stuff, it's fun to have. Like, you're like, oh, what's for dinner tonight? And somebody's like, oh, beholder soup. And you're like, thanks, but no thanks.
I think I'm gonna go find a rat to eat.
There's a lot of other things you can do with beholder eye stalks other than cook it. So
yeah, like weird, like horns.
You can make a rod of, I'm trying to remember what it's called, but it does like whatever the magical ability was of the eye stalk that you got, it'll like mimic that. So it turns into a magic rod or whatever, and it has a certain amount of uses per day. But it's obviously like to get a beholder eye stalk is a feat in itself. So,
right.
But yeah. So, anyways,
what's up, man?
Did Daddy Bro, were you involved in the topic when we found the mirror of life trapping in one of our supplements that we were going through?
No.
I think Knight, you and I are having that conversation, right?
What's that?
The mirror of life trapping.
Oh yes,
Remember that? Yeah.
Yes, we were talking about
So there's this mirror. So I was playing on a supplemental like roll table, and the roll table is for loot, for treasure, and it's based off of like your CR rating of the monster you're fighting. And so I'm just like randomly going through, and I was like, well, let me roll on this, like, and it was like a CR of like, I don't know, 12 and above or whatever. It was a pretty high CR. So I roll or whatever, and I roll it because you roll like a D100, and then after you roll a D12, and then you roll a D6, and then you roll another like D10, and it tells you like what you found inside the dungeon or whatever it is.
Okay.
And so one of the things I found was a mirror of life trapping. So I was like, well, what's this? So I went and looked it up. This mirror of life trapping, if you say a magic word and activate it, anything other than you that looks into the mirror within 30 feet has to make a DC, I think it's a 17. I think it's a dexterity save. I can't remember if it's dexterity or strength. But anyways, it might be a con. Anyways, it sucks you into the mirror if you don't pass it.
Wow.
And the mirror is like the spaces. It has 12 spaces inside the mirror. And it's basically an interdimensional area where you don't have to eat, you don't age, like any of that stuff. So you don't know how long you've been in there. So on top of all that, the twist to this is, you know how like people will have those like portable holes or whatever where you can put it inside of a wall and like go through.
Right.
Well, if you decide to take that mirror through the portable hole, you and whoever is within 30 feet of it gets sucked into the hole because the mirror now sends you to an unknown area of the astral plane. It's just, it turns into like basically a black hole or whatever because you're like taking the mirror into like another dimensional port. And so it like crashes into each other, and you randomly end up someplace in the astral plane, and everybody randomly goes somewhere else too. Like you don't know where your party's going, and it's a one-way ticket.
If ever you were in the military though, and you went to Germany, you know what this porthole looks like. All right. Just saying.
So, anyways, I thought it was interesting that like playing with a roll table, I ran across something I didn't even know existed, and it's actually a magic item in the Dungeon Master's Guide. But, yeah. So, anyways, we were talking about the other thing you could do with it. If you really wanted to be a jerk, you could go around and capture really nasty stuff.
Stick it in there.
It will stick it into the mirror, right? And then
that's what she said.
And then you get a group of people that you don't like around, and you go up on like a balcony or something, and you throw the mirror down in front of them. And when the mirror shatters, everything comes out at one time.
Oh, that might be fun.
So, anyways, but yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Any other cooking stuff?
I can think of all kinds of cooking stuff.
D&D cooking stuff?
Oh.
I know some people have role played fishing, like when they're traveling on ships.
Right.
And then the DM like made him accidentally catch like nasty stuff that we had to fight.
like a kraken?
Or a mermaid?
I've had to fight a the DM made it a baby kraken.
Oh god.
Like, he toned it down or whatever. What's that?
I said, good lord.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
I don't know if that's better though.
And then we fought Koatoa once that could summon krakens.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so if you didn't interrupt his spell casting, there's 3 different ones that could summon, and if you didn't interrupt their spell casting, they could like summons these krakens, and like, yeah, so you just get stacks of them. It's no fun.
I'm good. I don't want to do it.
I'm trying to think what else was waterborne like that. Oh,
Naga.
We docked a ship once to get off on an island, and somebody something happened where like we didn't have enough trust with the crew and the ship left, and so we're stuck on the island. But the island ended up being a dragon turtle and went underwater.
Oh,
So yeah,
That
that's
sucks.
evil. And the next thing you know, you hear Pennywise laugh
so we
in the
so,
background.
so we had to find like this area where like this building had like an air bubble trapped in it or whatever, where you could go get air. Yeah, so it's an interesting campaign.
Oh man, I would see if it was me, I would put in like this clown of a person with that was also on that turtle. Just to kind of Stephen King it a little bit, you know?
Stephen King.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you saw that the new class that I got, right? Did you see that?
Uh-huh.
There's are you familiar with the new class that just came out, Daddy Bro? Like
No, I
officially?
haven't heard
It's
about it yet.
Oh my
third
god.
party, but it's an official class. It's one of the deities is why can't I think of his name? Hold on, let me look it up.
I was about to say I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So it's an evil class that
Okay.
they just released.
And it's twisted.
Asmodeus. So you know who Asmodeus
Yeah.
is?
No.
And
Asmodeus is the one that like fell from like the seven celestial or whatever.
Oh,
And, like,
okay. I know who
and
you're
he has
talking
the
about.
gash in his side, and every time a drop of blood comes out, it creates a pit fiend.
Awesome.
So he's your deity. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Not.
Yeah. And so and then you get Illriggers out of this.
Illriggers is what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Archdevil.
There's what 4 different subclasses.
Yeah.
And they're pretty crazy.
Order of Desolation. Let's see. Let me go down the line here. Class features. Keep going.
Isn't there one of the night ones, the subclass of the night? Let me look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking through it all.
So sources, collections, classes.
The Shadow Master.
Shadow Master is kind of like their rogue. The Sanguine Knight.
Yep.
So this is their like. So they have these things called precepts of blood, and it's kind of like the code that they live by.
Right.
And one of them is sin demands suffering. Loyalty is rewarded.
Right.
Mercy is power, and their strength is their weakness. Like those are your like core beliefs.
Oh, it gets even worse though.
Why did they bring this out? I mean,
there's the Hell Speaker.
I mean, it would be fun to like because you have Oathbreaker, right? Oathbreaker's basically considered an evil class too.
Yeah, so. I guess
that's what it is, isn't it? It's the Hell Speaker, the Painkiller.
Yeah, there's
the Painkiller. What are you talking about?
Architect of Ruin, Hell Speaker, Painkiller, Sanguine Knight, and Shadow Master is the subclasses.
Yep.
This Invoke Hell is pretty interesting.
Right. Hidden Assassin.
But yeah,
the Shadow Master looks like a fun one to play though, because it's their version of a rogue.
Man, that sounds crazy to me. I don't
know. And then
they're just trying to mess with people who are all up in arms already about D&D being demon worship and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But these actually look like a lot of fun to play. Like the Shadow one, it like it's their rogue, right?
Yeah.
And that one is probably by far the favorite one. Like out of all of them that I read, the Shadow Master. Shadow Master is probably my favorite one because the Sanguine Knight is essentially just like a badass fighter. The Painkiller essentially just takes all pain. Like anything that's considered pain, he turns it into his own pleasure and like turns it.
So
back.
he's a masochist.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Hell Speaker is, I think he's essentially like his voice is his weapon. Charm enemies. Yeah, so he's like a bard, but he's like a hellish. He's like a pinhead. He's like the pinhead of D&D.
Where's there was one that I was reading too that.
Speaking of pinhead, I need to get back into some DVD.
I was gonna say I know a couple pinheads. They're usually army guys.
Whoa!
Just saying. Pinheads.
We don't use pins that often.
Fair enough.
We like permanent markers better.
I was gonna say you sniff them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure all their color by number markers are like the ones that smell like fruit or whatever.
Probably. It's the only way they can get anything done.
Yeah, the schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Ah, that's so funny.
You walk in, everybody's got like blue around their nose, and there's like one blue, like blueberry marker in the tent.
Draw like little cherries on the walls. It's a scratch and sniff.
So dumb.
But anyways, yeah, it's an actual like. I picked it up. It was only like $10 or whatever, so I just wanted to make sure that I had it. But
dude, I mean, it's got.
I hope they're giving you a discount for the number of these things you own now.
No, but
yeah, I made a Google spreadsheet the other day to figure out what it's going to cost. Like if we decide that we need to expand, like in the future, and get another D&D Beyond account and all the books and stuff. Yeah,
I'm afraid.
Ask him how much he's.
I'm
under the dollars column. Ask him how much he has actually spent.
I only have 400 more to go total, so they have everything. But those are all being shared with me right now, so there's no reason to go get them at the moment.
Was it 400 or was it? I thought it was 500. Like close to.
It was just under 5. Yeah, it was like 470 or something. Like
that.
Jesus.
Total all in all, I think I'm, and this is official, not including all my supplements. So official D&D books is, what was it, 17 or 18?
I thought it was more than that.
1,800, 1,000.
No,
it wasn't thousands.
No. He's spent $2,700.
Oh, that's what it was. 27. Yeah.
Yeah.
2,700 total.
$2,700.
This is over time of getting all the books.
I mean, I get it, but wow.
75 books.
Yeah.
So
when I say that he needs to put like one of those little trackers in his pocket.
I work hard, play hard, man.
Yeah, work hard.
No, and look, I get it. I'm down, and you're not gonna hear me complain, but that's a bit much.
Well, the idea, right, and part of what we were talking about with the Roll for Hills was like consistency that Start Playing doesn't provide.
Right.
And having the DMs follow kind of like your guides of like they can still DM how they want to DM, right? We're not taking away their freedom of being a DM, but we are saying like you should allow your players to pick like whatever race they want or whatever subclass they want, like those kinds of things. There shouldn't be like a bunch of like stops in there. And so by using this account and having all of that stuff that I have, then right now like everybody has access to all the classes, all the subclasses, all the races, like all the species, all that stuff, right? So
yeah,
so it just makes an overall better experience, I guess. And I think it makes it better for the DMs too. So the only thing we'll have to do differently is like right now we do everything in Foundry. I imagine we'll probably have to offer some of them in Roll20 because not everybody's computer can handle Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume we're eventually going to have to like figure out how to make everything work in Roll20. But
so, quick question though: When is the whole project sigil supposed to drop for the public? Because that might be an avenue that we could go down.
Yeah, if we have that, then we can use it. Yeah, for sure. Because there's nothing. I purposely went and looked for like legal stuff that would keep us from using some of the stuff as like for making a profit on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of it just being part of the OGL, like there's nothing that states that you can't like. And people have been doing it for a long time, right? Like people have been charging to DM for a long time. Like so. That's nothing new. Because the reason I was looking at it was at one point in time you had told me that Start Playing tells you not to use the actual names of the adventures.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to figure out why. And so I was looking into it, but there's nothing that actually like goes back to saying that you can't use it. I think the idea is if you've purchased it, you own it at that point, right? And so you just can't call it yours. You know, you can't say, "Oh, here's my like adventure." You have to actually say like it's a D&D adventure. But
right. Yep. And I mean, I'm good with that though. If one of the things that I've been waiting on is my email on Project Sigil, because that's that I'm ready to see what.
So you haven't gotten it yet?
I
have it already.
Yeah, no, it was I got an email stating that I was supposed to be getting it, but I never got one.
I've been trying to figure out who all we want to share it with or whatever, so we can start messing around with it. But yeah, I have my, what is it, open beta or whatever it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one adventure
with like three friends passes or whatever.
Yeah, it's got it's got 3 or 4 passes that I have that I can hand out. I've just been holding on to them because I didn't know who all was going to get them. That's I don't want to give them to somebody that was also going to get their own pass or whatever.
Yeah, I've been waiting on mine. I got an email stating that I should be watching out for it soon. Never got it.
Maybe that would be
story.
Maybe that would be
telling you what, look out for it.
Yeah, right. Maybe that would be something fun to do in a podcast. Is like one of the podcasts we do is we can actually play Sigil or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because I said I have the keys to it. I just have to share it with everybody.
Yep.
But it's pretty
like
good
having
too.
keys to the Lamborghini right there.
I know, right? It's
I don't know about that, dude.
It is pretty. It's just pretty good. It flows.
I've driven a Lamborghini.
Yeah, right.
They're pretty nuts.
They're not a lot of fun to drive in traffic. That's for sure.
Well, no, you don't. You put it on a track.
Yeah.
Though people are stupid enough. I don't get that. Hey, let me take a $500,000 aluminum base car and put it in Los Angeles traffic.
Right.
Have fun with that.
There's a Aventador that actually drives around Rockwall. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, yes, I will touch it. I will touch it.
You're gonna go pee on it, so it's yours then. Mine now.
I will boop the snoot on that thing. Let me tell you.
So my dad has an original Shelby Cobra, it's a 427 sidle there.
Oh yeah, and now we're talking.
He had to put underneath the inside of the body. He had to put heat shield on it because it would melt the bottom of your shoes.
Good Lord.
Because it gets like the exhaust runs right past it right there. And
so yeah.
The aluminum gets so hot. It can't even aluminum's good at dissipating heat too. And it gets so hot that it can't dissipate enough of the heat and it actually starts to melt the bottom of your shoes.
Crazy.
He got it when Carol opened the garage right before he passed in the early, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
One of the only original 427 Shelby Cobras that has 2 roll bars, because he had a secondary roll bar put in from the factory because my stepmom rides with him all the time too.
I was gonna say, so he drives fast, is what you're saying?
Yeah. But he still has it. He's saying that that's his golden retirement ticket. Like when he's done with it or whatever, like he's gonna trade that in or whatever, and then he's gonna be able to like. He's already retired, but he won't have to worry about anything after that.
Yeah, right.
But that's a fun car too. But again, it's got like a super heavy clutch. It's not fun to drive like in day-to-day traffic or whatever, for sure.
I bet.
He's never trailered it to a show though. He drives to the shows.
Oh, nice.
So, because he told me, he's like, I bought it to drive it. Like I didn't buy it to trailer it. So
Yeah,
I get it.
I bought it to enjoy it, not to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the newest thing. It literally came out. That Illrigger came out like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was. It's definitely something I want to build a character to.
Well, and you could use it in a campaign setting, right? You could turn it into like a monster, a villain or whatever. Like,
oh yeah.
So that's kind of interesting.
Oh God, yes.
But or one of the other campaigns I played in, he has you do that. We did a one shot as like a prequel, but like in the prequel, you're like the opposite of what you would be in your actual normal campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And so we played like because I'm a paladin on my normal campaign, and so I played an Oathbreaker in that one. I think I was telling you guys about that the axe of what is it called? Hellfire axe.
Yeah.
When you like kill somebody with the Hellfire axe, it sends their soul to the river Styx, and they become a lemur.
Yep. Tell me about that.
Dude, that was fun to roleplay. He was like, "So how do you kill him?" And I was like, "The axe comes up over the top of my head and like sinks into their skull or whatever." And I was like, and you hear their soul like screaming as it's like ripped out of their body and sent to the river Styx.
Oh man.
And then he's like he turns around, the Oathbreaker like turns around, looks back at the other party member. He's like, another soul for another lemur for the 9 hells.
Oh
yeah.
yes. Yeah.
But you guys know I like to build the characters and have fun with them.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, between that and a frying pan of doom,
Okay, now it's not my fault. It's the luck of the roll, man. It's luck of the roll.
Hey, it is what it is.
If you're not good, you better get lucky. And I got really lucky.
Didn't you get like we haven't been able to use them or whatever, but didn't you get a Stein or something too?
Yeah, I have I can't remember what it's called. The nutcracker thing.
The nutcracker thing.
It's a mug. Yeah.
It's called the wife. It's called the wife.
No.
It's a mug of something. I forgot what it was.
It's a mug of crackers is what it's called.
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yes. So now I don't know if I should take that good or bad, to be honest with you. Who are you calling a cracker? Give me a break. Just saying.
Goodness.
Yeah. I haven't used it though. I haven't need to. I just whip out the frying pan and get to work.
There you go. All right. Well,
have my paladin yell at me for hiding in the darkness. I don't think she understands the subtleties of what I do.
It's a thing, man. It'll take time, and then when she does, she'll be like, "Never mind, I got it now."
No, she'll still be mad. She'll be like,
she'll probably be mad, but she'll probably be like, "It is what it is."
I'm surprised that. Well, I guess nobody's told her that it exists yet, but with how much she likes Hot Topic and all that stuff, I'm surprised she hasn't found out about the Oathbreaker.
I'm not telling her. I got my hands full, man. I can't.
You still got to worry about those $1,200 Hot Topic.
Dude, you just don't even know. It's so stupid the amount of money she spends in that place.
What was it like a couple months ago that she went and spent like $800?
Yeah, she dropped $800 in 2 hours.
Wow.
And listen. She got like $300 worth of coupons out of. She used $300 worth of coupons. It was still almost $800.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stupid.
My wife sent me a meme today from Facebook that showed. Do you guys remember the movie Edward Scissorhands?
Oh, God,
and so it showed the mom and him like driving in the car, and he's just sitting there like straight up and down, and it says your mom on the way like taking you on the way to Hot Topic. And
That's my life right
she was
there.
sending it to me because she said that it was going to be a mall in the near future. So
right. All right.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think we're at that time though where we can wrap it up. But I do want to say to everybody that does watch this, I know we were just kind of going on about different kinds of things today. It is getting close to the holidays. We are at that time of the year where depression hits a little bit different. If it hits you a little bit different, be sure to reach out to one of us because we are here for y'all, man. Like my whole objective with VD4GM, and this is just me personally, VD4GM as a whole is technically speaking, it's all of us, like all of us that you see on the screen now. And there is one more of us, even though he couldn't be here. He did just have surgery, but he'll be here as quick as he can be. But our objective is to help you guys. Like if you guys need help with anything, it doesn't matter if it's just if you need to get to the VA, all right, let us know. We can find somebody to help you. Like doesn't matter where you are, let us know. Like reach out to us. My whole objective was to try to build something to reach out to veterans, especially those suffering from PTSD, because I know what the isolation feels like. All right. Like that's what I'm here for. Like I want to stop that. And I've been down that dark road. I've been down that more times than I would like to admit. And I've been able to find a way to pull myself out of it. So with that being said, if you need help, just let us know. Like that's what we're here for. We do want to talk more about D&D stuff. We do want to talk about tabletop gaming. We do want to try to help you guys with the therapy and stuff like that. But more than anything, it's about veterans finding that camaraderie that we lost when we got out. All right. That's what we're trying to do. So with that being said, we do talk about a couple things that aren't necessarily tabletop gaming related. So I just want to bring that up quickly. Sometimes we talk about these things just because it gets us another topic, and we're veterans. Like these things are things that actually matter to us. And so, yeah, we're just going to talk about it sometimes. Sometimes one week we'll talk about all D&D. Next week we might talk about BattleTech.
BattleTech.
And I freaking love BattleTech. Mech Warrior. That. Yes, I'm up for it. Woo. Anyways,
guys.
Yeah. Hey, there's something about stompy 100-ton.
It's because you guys are cricket stompers. That's what.
Stompy robots going pew 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 pew.
Damn Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Cricket stompers.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah. Let's. I want to end it tonight by saying Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Gobble gobble.
Yeah, gobble gobble. Get you some turkey. I'm gonna pass the mic down. We're gonna go from me to our Coast Guard, Department of Defense guy over here, and then we'll go
Department of Defense.
Homeland Security, brother. We're all part of Department of Defense, man.
Homeland Security.
We're not Space Force or anything. Give me a break.
That's Star Wars. Anyways, we're gonna pass it on down to Psych Ward. This Thanksgiving, and then we'll go to the middle and end it there with Daddy Bro.
Yeah. So one thing too is like if there's a few things we have in the works. If you're interested in learning about how to become a DM, or you're interested in learning like what a DM does, or if you want to participate in any of that, let us know. We're going to be reaching out to some of the local areas and also online to find some people that want to start DMing as well. But yeah, so one more thing that can, keep you busy and keep you from sitting around and just not doing anything, and also kind of again build that camaraderie across a group of people that have some like-minded ideas. So yeah, and then I know that I've brought it up before, but if you guys are having any issues or concerns, there is always the 998-1 or 998 press 1, especially if you're in a situation where you are having any type of thoughts or just need to talk to somebody. Like either way, whatever it is, like use it. It's there. It's a simple system and
it's free.
Yeah, and I think Daddy Bro says it better than I do, but yeah, it's definitely it's a resource you should use. So,
yeah. All right, guys. Happy holiday, all that good stuff. Stay safe. Hey, if you're traveling, travel early. Think it through. Don't push yourself too long. If you've been drinking, call someone to take you home.
Let the air out of your tires and call
drive.
AAA.
Seriously, don't drive and drink. Don't be dumb. DUIs are expensive. Dying's even more expensive. So don't do those things. Please think about what you're doing before you. I get it. It's holiday time. We want to party and have a good time and let our hair down and all that good stuff. Especially, Knight. He's trying to be pretty.
Trying.
All right, guys. Get yourself something good to drink. Get yourself something good to eat. Hug the people in your life because you never know how long you have them. And last but not least, if you need help, get help. Getting help does not make you weak. It, in fact, makes you strong. Have a good holiday. We'll see you all later.
Yep.
Bye-bye now.